Rahul was the perfect son. Every month, without fail, he paid 22,000 rupees towards 4 different insurance policies. His father had bought him an LIC endowment plan when he was just 5 years old. His uncle sold him a money-back policy right after his first job. And 2 more ULIPs followed after marriage. Rahul believed his family was protected. He believed he was being responsible. Then, on a rainy July evening in 2019, Rahul died in a road accident. He was 34 years old, with a wife, a 3-year-old daughter, and elderly parents depending on him. When his family filed the claims, they received a total of 18 lakh rupees. 18 lakhs. For a man who was paying nearly 2.5 lakh rupees every single year in premiums. His family needed at least 2 crores to maintain their lifestyle, pay off the home loan, fund his daughter's education, and support his aging parents. They received less than 10% of that. This is not a rare story. This is the story of almost every Indian household that believes they have enough insurance. Today, we are going to expose the 3 devastating mistakes that keep Indian families financially vulnerable. We are going to show you exactly why mixing insurance with investment is the worst financial decision you can make. And by the end of this video, you'll know precisely how to fix your insurance strategy so your family is truly protected. This might be the most important financial video you'll ever watch. Let me share some numbers that should terrify every Indian. According to the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority, India's life insurance penetration is just 3.2% of GDP. Compare this to markets like Taiwan at 14%, South Africa at 11%, or even global averages of over 7%. But penetration alone doesn't tell the full story. The real horror lies in what's called the protection gap. A Swiss Re study found that India has a life insurance protection gap of over $16.5 trillion. Read that again. $16.5 trillion of coverage that Indian families need but don't have. Now, what does this mean for an average family? Let me break it down. The human life value calculation suggests that a 30-year-old earning 12 lakhs annually should have coverage of at least 1.5 to 2 crores. This accounts for income replacement until retirement, inflation adjustment, existing liabilities, and future goals like children's education. But data from insurance companies shows that the average sum assured per policy in India is just 23 lakhs. That's barely enough to cover 2 years of expenses for most middle-class families. Here's where it gets worse. Most Indians don't have just one policy, they have multiple small policies. But even combined, their total coverage rarely crosses 50 lakhs. Meanwhile, home loans average 40 to 60 lakhs, children's higher education costs 1 to 2 crores, and basic retirement needs run into several crores. The math simply doesn't add up. India is sitting on a ticking time bomb of underinsurance, and millions of families are one tragedy away from financial devastation. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Why are Indians so underinsured despite paying so much in premiums? The answer is painfully simple. We've been taught to treat insurance as an investment. Think about it. When your parents bought you that first LIC policy, what did they say? Beta, this is for your future. This will give good returns. It's like a fixed deposit but with insurance benefit also. This mindset has been systematically programmed into Indian households for decades. Insurance agents, who earn massive commissions on investment-linked products, have trained generations to evaluate insurance based on maturity benefits and bonuses rather than actual protection. Here's the fundamental truth that will change how you see insurance forever. Insurance and investment are two completely different financial tools with completely different purposes. Insurance is about risk transfer. You pay a small premium so that a large financial burden gets transferred to the insurance company if something happens to you. Investment is about wealth creation. You put money to work so it grows over time through compounding. When you mix these two, you get the worst of both worlds. You get inadequate insurance coverage because most of your premium goes towards the investment component. And you get terrible investment returns because insurance companies have to account for mortality charges, administrative costs, and agent commissions. This is like buying a car that's also supposed to fly. You'll end up with a terrible car and an even worse airplane. Indians need to urgently separate their insurance and investment decisions if they want to be truly financially secure. Let's put real numbers on the table. This comparison will make the case so clear that you'll wonder why anyone ever buys endowment policies. Consider a 30-year-old man looking for 1 crore life coverage for 30 years. Option 1 is a term insurance plan from a reputable company. The annual premium would be approximately 12 to 15,000 rupees. For 30 years, the total premium paid comes to around 4,50,000 rupees. If he dies during the policy term, his family gets 1 crore rupees. If he survives, he gets nothing back. The premium is pure protection cost. Now, option 2 is an endowment policy. For the same 1 crore coverage, the annual premium would be approximately 3,50,000 rupees. Yes, you read that right. Over 30 years, the total premium paid is 1 crore 5 lakh rupees. If he dies, his family gets 1 crore plus bonuses. If he survives, he gets the sum assured plus accumulated bonuses, typically around 1 crore 40 lakhs. Now here's where most people stop thinking. They say, see, in term insurance I get nothing back, but in endowment I get 1 crore 40 lakhs. Such good returns. But let's do the real math. The difference in annual premium is 3,35,000 rupees. If you buy term insurance and invest this difference in a simple index fund returning 12% annually, after 30 years you would have approximately 6 crore 70 lakh rupees. Compare that to the 1 crore 40 lakhs from endowment. The difference is staggering. You're losing over 5 crores just because you wanted your insurance to also give returns. And remember, with term insurance, your family has 1 crore protection from day one. With most endowment policies, the coverage is minimal in early years. Now you might be wondering why insurance agents push endowment and ULIP policies so aggressively. The answer lies in their commission structure, and once you understand this, you'll never look at insurance advice the same way again. For traditional endowment and money-back policies, agents typically earn 30 to 40% of the first-year premium as commission. So if you buy a policy with annual premium of 3 lakh rupees, the agent earns nearly 1 lakh rupees in the first year alone. In subsequent years, they continue earning 5 to 7% annually. For ULIPs, the structure changed after IRDAI regulations, but agents still earn significantly more than term insurance. Now contrast this with term insurance. Agents earn about 15 to 20% commission on term policies. For a term plan with 15,000 annual premium, the agent makes roughly 3,000 rupees. Think about it from the agent's perspective. Would you rather earn 1 lakh rupees or 3,000 rupees from a single sale? This commission disparity is why you've probably never had an insurance agent proactively recommend term insurance to you. Instead, they'll show you fancy illustrations, talk about maturity benefits, guaranteed returns, and tax savings. They'll tell you term insurance is waste of money because you get nothing back. They'll create emotional fear about surviving the policy term with empty hands. This isn't necessarily malicious. Many agents genuinely believe what they're selling because that's what their training teaches them. But the math doesn't lie. Their incentives are fundamentally misaligned with your financial well-being. The agent who sells you an endowment policy earns 30 times more than one who sells you term insurance. Until you understand this, you'll keep making decisions that benefit agents rather than your family. So how much life insurance do you actually need? Let me give you a practical framework that takes 5 minutes to calculate. This is called the Human Life Value Method with adjustments for Indian realities. Step 1 is calculating income replacement. Take your annual income and multiply it by the number of years until your planned retirement. If you earn 15 lakhs annually and plan to retire at 60 while currently being 35, that's 15 lakhs times 25 years, which equals 3 crore 75 lakhs. Step 2 is adjusting for inflation. Apply an inflation factor of about 1.5 to this amount. So 3 crore 75 lakhs becomes approximately 5 crore 60 lakhs. Step 3 is adding existing liabilities. Include your home loan outstanding, car loan, personal loans, and any other debts. If you owe 50 lakhs on your home loan and 10 lakhs on other loans, add 60 lakhs. Step 4 is adding future obligations. Estimate children's education costs, their marriage expenses, and parents' medical contingencies. This could easily be 1 to 2 crores depending on your family situation. Step 5 is subtracting existing assets. Deduct your current savings, investments, existing insurance coverage, and any other assets your family could liquidate. If you have 40 lakhs in various investments and 50 lakhs existing insurance, subtract 90 lakhs. Let's do the final calculation. 5 crore 60 lakhs plus 60 lakhs plus 1 crore 50 lakhs minus 90 lakhs equals 6 crore 80 lakhs. For most middle class Indians earning 10 to 20 lakhs annually, the ideal coverage lands between 5 to 8 crores. Now compare this to the 23 lakh average policy size in India. The gap is terrifying. Your family deserves better than this. Here's exactly what you need to do this week to fix your insurance strategy. Don't just watch this video and forget about it. Take action immediately. Action 1 is auditing your current policies. Gather all your insurance documents. List down each policy's sum assured, annual premium, policy type, and maturity date. Calculate your total current coverage and total annual premium outflow. For most viewers, this exercise will be shocking. Action 2 is calculating your required coverage using the framework I just shared. Be honest about the numbers. Your family's financial security depends on it. Action 3 is buying adequate term insurance. Visit policy aggregator websites like Policy Bazaar or Insurance Dekho. Compare term plans from top insurers like HDFC Life, ICICI Prudential, Max Life, or LIC's Tech Term. Buy online to save on commissions and get lower premiums. Ensure you have coverage at least until your youngest child becomes financially independent. Action 4 is evaluating your existing policies. For policies with low surrender value and many years remaining, consider making them paid up and stopping further premiums. For policies approaching maturity, let them complete their term. Never buy new endowment or money-back policies regardless of what any agent tells you. Action 5 is investing the premium difference. The money you save by switching to term insurance should go into a diversified portfolio of equity mutual funds for long-term goals and debt funds for medium-term goals. This combination of term insurance plus systematic investment will create both protection and wealth. Your family deserves real financial security, not the illusion of security that endowment policies provide. The premium you pay should buy actual protection, and your investments should generate real returns. If this video has opened your eyes about insurance, share it with everyone you know. Subscribe to Mahayukti Finance for more content that helps Indian millennials build lasting wealth. Drop a comment telling me about your current insurance situation. I read every single comment. Remember, being financially aware is the first step to being financially free.